Okay, welcome. It's Alex Ford here. We are going live, and I am excited because today is the official launch of my new podcast. And what is this podcast about? So I've been talking about this for the last few weeks, maybe even a few months, maybe the last few weeks, couple of weeks or so more, because for a long time, well, if you guys know, I've been in the online business industry since 2011. And, I'm just kind of at that point where I want to be able to add even more value to people, to help more people to be able to set themselves free. And one of the ways that just made sense for me was starting a podcast. Because with a podcast, you can reach tons of people, right? You can add tons of value, people all around the world. You can have guests to bring in their tips, their secrets to be able to grow their on how they grow their successful businesses online. And collectively we can impact a lot of lives, right, to help people make more money. But also it kind of creates a community where we can come and watch, listen to the podcast and actually be part of a community and part of just something greater, right? But before we get into it, I want to share something, okay? If you guys are jumping on, I am going to give some money away today. So I would love to know who would like some free money. Let me know in the comments below before we get into it. I'm giving away free money. That's it. That's all it is, okay? So let me, I just got to get something here because I'm going to have to share with you guys how you guys can get free money. So if you guys are jumping on, let me know. And we've got a few people here. We've got some comments coming through. He has also banned the world. Why would someone do that if he's not a liar? He has also banned the world scammer. Why would someone do that if he is not a liar? Okay, got some not so nice comments also I know coming through, but that's totally fine. So before we continue, if anyone's jumping on here that doesn't like what I do, that's cool, guys. That's totally cool. Like, feel free to unfollow me. Heck, feel free to block me. I don't care, because I do help people to be able to learn how to build a profitable digital marketing business online. And if for some reason you have, I don't know, feelings about that you don't like it or whatever, that's fine. Just unfollow me and block me. You're never going to see any content from me ever again. And that is totally cool with me. All right. But and the other thing as well, today usually is about answering questions and giving free coaching and helping people to learn how to actually be able to make an income online. So if you guys have any questions, if you're on Instagram, there's a little question mark with a chat bubble that you can put your questions on there. And then when I get to the questions, I'm going to be able to answer them for you guys. And if you're either on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're at, just put your questions in the comments. And then I'll be able to get through those questions, in a sec. But as we're having more people jumping on, someone's like, no, I don't hate you. You are using fake stream watchers and ban some words. So M's like, no, I don't hate you, but why are you using fake live stream watchers and ban some words? So M Sherry, I don't know what you mean by fake live stream watchers. I do not have any fake live stream watchers. Anyone that jumps on here is legit. And if anyone can comment, just let me know if you are actually, a legit follower, let me know. But I don't use fake live stream watchers. I know some people that have been commenting recently that I have fake followers and I don't do any of that stuff, guys. All right. Because I've been doing this 11 years now. And do you know what I've learned? If you get fake followers, if you do fake stuff on social media, you get banned like really quickly, because Instagram doesn't like that. In fact, I do not use any automation software. I don't use any, just anything strange, like, fake followers, anything like that. And even then, the other day, like 3 days ago, I got this message on Instagram saying that the automation software seemed to have picked up that I might have been using automation software, which I don't use. And it's maybe because I get a lot of comments, so then I have to respond to people. I use a copy paste message sometimes because it's easier. But I don't do that, all right? And if anyone that's watching, if you guys think that I'm doing fake stuff, again, unfollow me, block me, it's totally fine. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions about digital marketing or anything, just let me know in the comments, or put it in the little, question bubble. But I am going to be giving away some free money. All right. And this is legit. Okay. So I'm going to share with you guys in a second what you guys can do to be able to get, I'm actually going to give away $100, and I'm going to give away, and that's going to be split into two. So two people are going to get $50, and I will PayPal it to you. Legit. Okay. I will PayPal you that money. Let me know in the comments. Type in free money if you guys are interested to know how you guys can get free money. All right. But as I get into it, like today, I've got something exciting that I want to launch. All right. And let me bring it up. So for the last few weeks, I have been putting together a new podcast. All right. And let me bring it up so you guys can actually see what this is all about. I've got my iPad here. Actually, let me just bring it up as well, on my computer, so that other people can actually know what's going on here. All right. So this is pretty exciting. Let me just, here we go. All the comments, where are they? Oh, the comments are kind of just going really fast. Awesome. So I know some questions are coming. If you guys can put them in the actual question bubble, especially on Instagram, and then we're going to get to it. But anyway, so I've been released a new podcast called the Alex Ford Podcast. And let me show you what this is about. So this is it here. Hey, I'm just having some tech issues as well. So, but we are going to get there. All right, we're done. So I'm going to share my screen on Facebook here so that you guys can actually also see, and YouTube as well, that actually is. So this window. There we go. So if you guys are on Facebook, YouTube, I'm also on LinkedIn and that, you'll be able to see that. But here it is, the Alex Ford Podcast. Okay, exciting. And let me read you what this is about. Okay, so on this podcast, I started it because I wanted to be able to help people to learn how to be able to build a 6 or a 7-figure online business so that you guys can quit your 9-to-5 job, but ultimately be able to turn that digital marketing dream into a profitable and rewarding full-time career. Okay, that's what it's about. And it is live. And if you guys want to go check it out, I'll give you the link now. It is alexfordpodcast.com. That's alexfordpodcast.com. If anyone that's watching Instagram, TikTok, even on Facebook, YouTube, if you could type in the comments alexfordpodcast.com, that would be appreciated for me so that everyone else can also get that link. And I've launched it officially with 3 episodes that you guys can watch right now. And I see, John, you've already listened to the first 2 episodes today. Awesome. John, if you could let me know, John on Facebook, John Kreider, if you could let me know, how you enjoyed those episodes, that would be amazing. And then I can share it with everyone else, what you said, and just how you feel about, what I'm doing with that podcast and the value that I'm delivering. All right. But it's alexfordpodcast.com. If you go there, you'll be able to see there's a player where all the episodes are going to appear, but you can also, so let me just scroll down here. So that's the player there. And then you can also scroll down and there's going to be separate kind of blog posts, kind of show notes. And the first one, okay, so if I tap on the first one here, here we go. I've already got it loaded. So when you get there, the first one is, what is the Alex Ford Podcast? And, basically just a little bit of my story, but I'm really sharing, what the podcast is about. And thanks for everyone commenting that alexfordpodcast.com, Lionessa and Isaac, I appreciate that. So as someone's asking, awesome, but how do we in Africa get to benefit? Well, you can listen to the podcast anywhere around the world, guys. All right. So you're going to get so much value from it. So when you get there, of course, you've got the player. You can, let me just share this on Facebook as well, because that's not showing. But when you get here, you can scroll down and you can see the player. There's a little section where you can actually watch a video as well. So it is a video podcast, so you guys can listen to it while you're driving out and about. You can watch it if you want it as well. So there's a lot to it. And the first 3 episodes, the first 2 are mine, and the third one is from a good friend and multiple 7-figure earner. He's made over $4 million in his business over the last, I think, about 3 years. His name is Jonathan, and you guys can go watch that. That's the third episode. There is a ton of gold nuggets and value on there. All right, so guys, go check it out. Now, who wants to know how to get that free money? Okay, let's talk about it now. Actually, John says, I really enjoyed the podcast. Looking forward to listening to the Jonathan episode. Awesome, guys. So again, if you want to go check that out, it is at alexfordpodcast.com. You'll be able to, start listening, start watching the podcast. You'll be able to subscribe. But talking about subscribing, all right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to give away some free money over the next 24 hours. Okay, so let me explain how to do this. And I actually got to bring up a link so you guys can see it. So if you guys go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, so the 50. Can someone type that in, please, into the comments? alexfordpodcast.com/50. And this is what you're going to see. Okay, simple little page with just 5 buttons. Okay, and it says on here, to win $50, follow us below. This is all you have to do, guys. All right, all you have to do is go to alexfordpodcast.com/50 if you want to win $50. Again, if someone could type that URL into the comments below, that would be appreciated so that everyone's got that link. But if you go here, all you have to do is tap on Instagram and follow the podcast, the official podcast Instagram account. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, then you type on Facebook and then follow me on Facebook. So I have a Facebook profile there, a professional profile. So you go to Facebook and you tap in on Facebook and follow me. Then the third thing you have to do to win those $50 is subscribe on YouTube. So there'll be the YouTube link there as well. Okay, so that's the official podcast YouTube, podcast YouTube channel. Then there's a fourth one, and you can tap there to be able to subscribe to your favorite podcast channel. Okay, and there's multiple there. Let me see if I can bring that up actually. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so there's anyway, it brings up the Apple Podcast, Spotify, so you can choose one of those and subscribe to that. And then let me have a look. I think I added a third one, another one by accident, which is not meant to be there, but that's okay. Let me just have a look. Let me just delete that. And that's it, guys. That's actually it. Only 4 things to do. Let me refresh that. There we go. So again, it's alexfordpodcast.com/50 if you want to win $50. And again, that's alexfordpodcast.com/50. Follow the Instagram account, the podcast Instagram account. Follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to the podcast YouTube channel and your favorite podcast channel. So Spotify, Apple Music, anything like that. And here's how the competition is going to go. So when you guys subscribe to all 4, okay, I'm going to check in 24 hours. So roughly this time tomorrow, I'm going to check who has subscribed to all of them, because I can check, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I am going to DM someone who, like those 2 people who have won $50. And when I've, let people know, I'll be sending that to you via PayPal. And this could be wherever you're at. You could be in the US, Canada, Australia, UK, New Zealand. Heck, you could be anywhere in Africa or India. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay, so sometimes I do think I put out content online on how to, different strategies. Thanks for that link, Oracle. Again, that's alexfordpodcast.com/50 if you guys want to know how to win, $50. And there's 2 people that I'm going to give that to as well. So what was I saying? I've just lost my train of thought. Okay, but go do that, guys. Again, the podcast is amazing. And who wants to know a little bit about what you are going to learn in the podcast? All right, so And let me just quickly bring this up. By the way, that's YouTube as well. So you got, that's one of the links to go subscribe. 3 episodes are there as well. And we've already got 6 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, we've got 8 now. Oh, I literally just refreshed it and we've got 8. So that's the 2 people that might win the money, right? So better get there and subscribe, because the more people that subscribe to all those, the more chances there's going to be, for you guys to be able to actually win that money. All right. But before I get into some questions, okay, because today's going to be a Q&A, let me share a little bit more about each episode that you are going to learn on here. So let me have a look. So in the first episode, again, I'm going to be sharing what is the Alex Ford podcast. Let me just bring this up here on Facebook and YouTube as well. So that's that one there. And this one, and this one. All right. So in the first episode, I do cover a lot of things other than just what the podcast is about, right? And, you can watch the video there as well. And there's, takeaways. That's a bit bright. There we go. There's takeaways that you can take from everything as well. So on the first one, I do share, what type of business models to consider when you're starting an online business. I also share, what sort of high income skills you want to develop to be able to actually make an income online. Because here's the thing. When you're starting an online business, right, it is never like a lot of companies and things that you're going to see online, right? They're just all about, hey, easy ways to make money. Here's this system, here's this, right? They make it sound like it's just this, you're going to push a button and then you're just going to have money rain from the sky. Okay? And it does not work like that, right? Now that is a good selling. It's like a good selling, what do you call it, angle, just a good way of selling stuff, especially, to be able to make money online. But I personally do not like that, because when you are going to make an income online, the biggest thing that you need is developing high income skills. That's what it's about. I used to be in a business when I got started in the online business industry in 2011, and it was that type of business. It was like, simple, and they promoted this big, like high income claims, like you could make $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, which by the way, does work. Most people don't get there because it takes a lot of commitment, effort, and work to get to that point. But you can make an income, like replace a six-figure income. But this company, they were very hypey, and when you got on there, they would give you all these like gimmicky strategies, right? Very spammy and all of this, but you never really learn any like skills, actual skills on how to be able to communicate, how to influence, how to persuade, how to convert sales. And it becomes a bit of a struggle to do that. And even though I made money that way, I was in that company for 7 years, and I never felt confident in making an income online. And when I did make an income online, this was network marketing, by the way, but it was like online network marketing. So it wasn't friends and family. But because I didn't feel confident in my marketing, whenever I made money, it's just like, I kind of didn't know how I made money or why I made money, and I couldn't replicate that either. So it was very frustrating. And it wasn't until I started seeking out help, like education and coaches and mentors, that then I realized, wow, it's actually about developing skills, right? Just like anything else. If you go to college, university, or if you go to to learn anything, to be a doctor or whatever, right? If you learn to be a doctor, you're going to have those skills to always be a doctor, like be a surgeon or anything, right? Because you have skill sets, and that's going to pay you for the rest of your life. And it is the exact same thing with making an income on the internet. It's all about developing high income skills. And when you develop those high income skills, and by the way, it can happen pretty quickly. It's not like it's going to take 3 years like you would if you went to college, or, it's not going to take that long. But when you develop some simple high income skills, like, and I talk about it in this podcast episode. Okay. So again, alexfordpodcast.com. That's where you can, check out the episode, or go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. You'll be able to, go to the podcast, but also go into the chance to winning $50, all right? Which I'm giving that away to 2 people. But, it's like when you learn some simple income skills, like I've known people within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, start making an income online. I had someone else called Sam recently who 2 months in, he had made roughly $2,500, which was almost double the most amount of money he'd ever made in a full-time job, right? He's already quit his job because he made money, went all out. But it's possible, right? And I know people that have made their first six figures with their online business in 3 months, right? But heck, even if it took 6 months, 9 months to make a six-figure income online, because you focus on simple strategies and developing skill sets, right? High income skills online, wouldn't that be worth it, right? Even if it took you 6 to 12 months, right? And that's what I talk about, of course, in this podcast episode, just about the importance of developing skill sets. And then I do dive into a little bit about my story, which, by the way, just briefly, I have been in this online business industry since 2011. Before that, I was totally broke. I was in $50,000 debt. I was working this job that I just was not passionate about. It wasn't fulfilling. I was just doing for money. But every weekend, every week I would get my paycheck, but by Monday, all that money would be gone. And I would be even more debt because I was taking money out of my credit cards to be able to pay for living expenses, to be able to do whatever I wanted to do on the weekends as well. And, finding the online business industry totally changed my life, because today, this is my home office, guys. This is, I get to work at home, around my family, around my kids. My kids get to go, kids, they leave home to go to school, right? I'm not the one that's having to leave to go to a job. And then when they finish school, they're coming home to me. And, there's like a door over there to the garage. And when my wife picks up the kids, they'll come home and they'll come running to me to give me a big hug. And you know what? That is the best gift I've ever received. And even the best gift I could have given them, because of the ability to start an online business, develop high income skills, right? And know exactly how to make money, which now I know that. And I know I'll be able to make money for the rest of my life because I have those high income skills, which is exactly what can happen for you guys. And again, I do talk a lot more about that on the first episode at, alexfordpodcast.com/50. Yeah. And you can also win those $50 if you subscribe to, again, where was it? Let me have a look. Let me bring that up again. Hey, alexfordpodcast.com. So again, if you go to alexfordpodcast.com, you'll get, you can go /50. If you, follow all those channels, so Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and your favorite podcast platform, you go into the running to win $50 anywhere you're in the world, as long as you have PayPal. I'll PayPal it to you. And I'll choose those winners in the next 24 hours. So giving free money away, guys. So definitely go subscribe. Now, who wants to know about the second episode? All right. And, we can talk a little bit about it as well. So the second episode, again, at alexfordpodcast.com, is called, here we go, is called Freelance Digital Marketing Made Easy, a simple path to profits. Okay. And this one is a powerful one. Let me share with you why. Right. For a lot of people, digital marketing, and all freelance digital marketing is you promoting other companies' products online. And when a sale is made through your own efforts, you make commissions. It's as simple as that. So you don't have to create your own products. You don't have to do the customer service. You don't have to do anything technical like that. You're just promoting other companies' products online, and you're making money by promoting them. That's what freelance digital marketing is. And when people start an online business, here's one of the things that can happen. A lot of people can feel overwhelmed with building a business online in the beginning. Why? Because a lot of people, they overcomplicate things. Okay. And this is very good for you guys to know, because if you've ever wanted to start a business online, this is going to save you so much overwhelm, right? Anxiety. Trust me, because I've been there. But it's like when they start a business, for example, someone new, they might see what I'm doing, right? Oh, he's got this studio, he's got this podcast, he's got, all these fancier things. Granted, I've been doing this almost 12 years in August, right? So, but they see that and then they think they have to, overcomplicate building a business online, which if you're brand new to building a business, if you overcomplicate things in the beginning, you are going to be overwhelmed and you're probably not going to want to continue to do it. But here's the secret. When you start your digital marketing business, it is actually super simple to be able to get it set up and running and to make an income. And there is only 3 steps. There is only 3 steps to be able to do that. Okay. And in this, and they're simple steps. Okay. And in this podcast episode, so episode number 2, I break that down, what those 3 steps are. All right. And, you can listen to it. You can watch it at alexfordpodcast.com. Moneyman says, love what you're doing. Keep it up. I appreciate that. Here we go. I just got a notification on my phone too that Eric Isaacson has subscribed to I think that would be the podcast YouTube channel. So awesome, Eric. So that means that you would be, in the draw to win $50. Just make sure again, if you want to go into the draw to win those $50, that you subscribe to all 4 there. So follow the Instagram, podcast Instagram, the Facebook, my Facebook, YouTube, and your favorite podcast channel as well. All right. And this is legit, guys. It's, I'll even post in my stories once I transfer the money to people, right? And someone says, also tag the website in your bio. So Zane Abbas, I think is your username, 1272. No, hang on. He said, love your work. No, I appreciate that. Brett Newell said, okay, so Brett, if you're on Instagram, so just below the bio, there is the highlights, the little circles. If you go there, you can tap, there's one that says podcast. If you tap on it, that link will take you to the podcast. So, my YouTube link is linked on there. My blog's linked on there. The podcast is linked on there. But again, if you want to go into the chance to win that $50, go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. Again, it's alexfordpodcast.com/50. Again, if someone could comment that would be appreciated so people can see that as well. But yes, all you have to do is subscribe to those 4 things. And then in 24 hours, I will choose 2 winners and I'll PayPal them $50. Okay, if anyone's jumping on late as well, you can always catch this replay if you want to watch this. But let's continue with the podcast episodes and what they're about. And I'm delivering value here as well, guys, as I do this, which is some stuff that you're going to get a ton more from the podcast episodes because they're much more structured. But with freelance digital marketing, as I mentioned, people tend to overcomplicate building a business online, right? So in this episode, I share that 3 steps to build a business. And literally, that's all you have to do. 3 steps. And let me break them down simply for you, all right? I've got the key takeaways here as well. So if I scroll down here on Facebook and YouTube, here are the key takeaways, all right? And I go deep into this in the episode. So key takeaways is, step number 1 is choose a product to promote, right? Someone else's product. You don't have to create your own product. You choose someone else's product to promote, which is, step number 1, because if you can promote other people's products, you don't have to create them or anything like that. Someone says also pin the podcast site here for people that are just joining. Yeah, Brett, that's actually a great idea. Let me just quickly pin this. I'm not sure if we can. I think we probably can. Let me figure it out. So I'm going to comment, let me have a look, to win $50. Subscribe to all 4 channels here. Go here. Okay, so as to go into to win $50, go here. Okay, so I'm going to comment that in a comment. So I'm putting to win $50, go here. There we go. And I'm not sure if that can be pinned. Let me have a yes, there we go. To win $50, go here. There we go. I don't think I can comment on TikTok, but that's all good. But I am going to post this onto the other channels too, to win $50. Go here. There we go. Awesome. Cool. So let's continue, guys. So again, if you guys want to win $50, go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. So what are those 3 steps again, right? People overcomplicate building a business online. So number 1 is to choose a product. And again, I recommend choosing someone else's product because you don't have to create it yourself. Trust me, you save months of just overwhelm from creating products. I have created my own products. And at this stage, I enjoy that, but it's for someone beginning, you don't need to do that, right? So number 1 is creating a product. Step number 2 is creating a simple 2-page website that you don't even need to code. You don't even need to know anything fancy to do that, right? And I actually explain what that 2-page website is. And literally it's just something that you can import. It's a template. You just do some quick, changes on it and you can get it up within 30 minutes, literally, right? 30, maybe 40 minutes. Heck, even if it took you an hour. And then step number 3 is driving people to that simple 2-page website, right? And then of course, in the podcast episode, which is episode number 2, I talk about, different ways to be able to drive people to that website. Because if you combine driving people to that website, which sells that product, right? Which, by the way, you don't have to do any selling. That is the secret to making an income online. And of course, on episode number 2, I break it all down. It's like just an over 30-minute episode for that one. So I'd love to know who's getting value from this. Like, even though I'm just sharing, I'm not going too much into it, but I'm just sharing some basics here from the episode. So again, you're going to learn a lot more in those episodes. Let me know in the comments. And then the episode number 3 that I've released is with my good friend and 7-figure marketer, Jonathan. All right. So let me just bring that up here on Facebook and YouTube. All right. Some of you guys might know who Jonathan is, but that's the 3rd episode. Okay. And this one is powerful. We went for over an hour in this. I think it was like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 17 minutes for this conversation. And on there, like, we dove deep. So again, Jonathan has made over $4 million in his digital marketing business over the last roughly about 3 years on average. Like, that's amazing. Okay. So if anyone's wondering if it's possible to make that much income that quickly, it absolutely is. But here's the thing. I am a realist as well, right? Not everyone is going to be able to achieve that because it does require to be able to achieve that sort of income levels, putting in a lot of effort, learning. He's launched his own company now as well. And he's doing pretty well. But in his episode, here's what we talk about and how he did that. Okay, so the episode's Unlocking 7-Figure Affiliate Marketing Success with Jonathan Montoya. So an affiliate marketing is the same thing as freelance digital marketing. It's just promoting other people's products in exchange for commissions. And he talks about, how affiliate marketing and why affiliate marketing is the best way for someone new to get started making an income online. Let me bring those key takeaways here. Right. And why that is the easiest way to get started. Even to today, it is still the easiest thing to get started because you don't have to be on the phone. You don't have to, be selling to people. You don't have to do anything complicated like creating your own products or doing the customer support or anything like that. So we dive into that. He dives into the 2 things that helped him make those 7 figures the most. Right. So Lionessa says, you joined through Jonathan. Awesome. That's amazing. It's Leon. Saz. Awesome. So you've joined with Jonathan. Okay. So you're working with Jonathan as well. That's amazing. Right. So yeah, so he does cover that. He covers those 2 things. And one of them for him has been email marketing. Who knows what email marketing is? Right. Email marketing is just building a database of subscribers, right? So collecting names and email addresses. And we cover a little bit how that works as well and strategies to make that work. But when you build a database of subscribers, then what happens is you can build or foster a relationship with them over the long term, to send them more value. And ultimately those subscribers can end up purchasing the products that you promote. And again, they don't have to be your products. It can be other people's products. So we cover in building an email list is how you make an income long-term. So Brett says you're doing amazing and truly appreciate it. You're welcome, Brett. And I appreciate those good words as well. Right. But when you have an email list, which again, we cover in the episode, that allows you to make a long-term income because when you have a subscriber list that you build, you can recommend other products that are going to help people over the long term and people are going to buy multiple times from you as long as you're being helpful. Okay. You're not being spammy. Like if you're just sending out salesy emails all the time and just spamming people, trying to get people to buy, I subscribe for that stuff. It just feels gross. But if you're using a subscriber base to actually add value to people, that's powerful. And then you can make money over the long term. So that's one of the ways Jonathan has made 7 figures. Also, YouTube has been a great strategy for him as well, which by the way, YouTube, you don't have to necessarily show your face or create long type of YouTube content. You can do it very simply. You can do like YouTube shorts, that sort of thing. You can show your face. You don't have to show your face. We actually talk about that in the episode as well, just about different ways. Because a lot of people, there's people that don't want to show their face on video, and there's many people that do, that are okay with that. So we kind of cover strategies on how to do both. He talks about as well a little bit about, launching your own courses and coaching, if, optional, if that's anything you ever wanted to do in the future, where you do have your own company, maybe your own products, your own coaching. He shares on that episode how he did it as well, right? Like, we dive a lot. And then one of the other takeaways as well is, he shares about how to find an online business, like a business model that fits your goals and lifestyle. Okay, that is a big one that fits your goals and lifestyle. Because if you want to get out of a 9-to-5 job, but you don't want to be having an online business where you are going to still have like a 9-to-5 job, like, is that even worth it? Maybe if you're making a lot more money, it might be, right? But being able to start a business where if you have goals and you want a lifestyle where you have more time to enjoy life, spend more time with your family, choosing the right business model is important. And in that episode, Jonathan actually explains the importance of that and how to choose a business model that that is going to suit your goals and lifestyles, right? And that's the 3 episodes. Who's getting value from this already? Let me know in the comments below. Just type in value. I'd love to know. And again, I'm just going to quickly cover on Instagram. We've got that pinned comment there as well. If you want to go into the drawing to win $50, all you have to do is go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. The 50 is there for $50, right? If you want to win $50. Again, it's alexfordpodcast.com/50. And then all you have to do is that'll take you to this page, which here is this page. And when you go to that page, all you have to do is follow the podcast Instagram account. You can follow me on Facebook as well. Follow the YouTube channel, and then subscribe to your favorite podcast channel, right? Either iTunes, Spotify, anything like that, or Google. Google, the podcast still is updating, so there's some old episodes on there still, I think. But the Google one's updating. But I think you can still might be able to subscribe to that anyway. But follow all those 4 steps, and then in 24 hours, what I'm going to do is I am going to choose 2 winners, and I'm going to PayPal them $50, and wherever you're at in the world, as long as you have PayPal. When I choose those 2 winners, but you have to follow all 4. All right, that's the only catch. Follow all 4, and then I'll be able to see who followed all 4, because I've got access to that, and then I'll PayPal you the 2 winners $50. So definitely go do that. It's going to be 24 hours, so that anyone that watches these replays as well, they'll have the ability to go and do that as well. So I'm excited, guys. Now that I've talked about the podcast, let's dive into some questions. So does anyone have any questions? If you have questions about anything, about the podcast, about the $50, about, let me just exit here the screen share. So any questions you have, okay? If you have questions about digital marketing, if you have questions about, starting your own online business, maybe you already have an online business that you're building and you've got questions about it, let me know in the comments. And on Instagram, you can put the questions in the little question chat box, and I'm going to bring that up. So I'm going to start with these questions. All right. So Leon, I think it is. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but can you explain what 3 qualified sales are for the approval steps for Amazon Associates? Okay, that's a good question. So firstly, what is Amazon Associates, in case people are asking? So Amazon Associates, basically Amazon's affiliate program. Let me just pin that. There we go. So it's Amazon's affiliate program. So if you didn't know, you can go to Amazon, okay, or you can search on Google Amazon affiliate program, and you can sign up for free as an associate. So like as an to their program, and then you can start promoting Amazon's products online. And when a sale is made, through your own efforts, on Amazon, Amazon will pay you commissions for those products. Okay, that's one way to be able to make an income online. It is totally free to sign up for that program. It is totally free to start promoting those products. For me, firstly, I personally, it is, if you want to make like an extra $200, $300 a month, Amazon is a good program. However, it's not a program for making thousands of dollars a month, because, for example, if you're going to promote a book on Amazon that costs $30, the commissions on a book's about 4.5% from what I remember, which just means you're going to make about $1.30 on average per book sale. Right? And it takes a lot of effort and I think it's about, you need to make about 750 sales to make $1,000 roughly. So anyway, but that is a good platform. All right. So when you sign up for Amazon affiliates program, there is like a qualification process. So what that means is you get 90 days when you sign up to be able to make 3 sales. So you start promoting affiliate links online. And I'm not going to explain how to do that here. We do cover a lot of those strategies on the podcast. Again, go to alexfordpodcast.com/50 and follow all those 4 channels on that page. And you'll be able to get all that value and go into the draw to win $50. But what happens is after those 90 days, or during those 90 days, you got to make 3 sales of anything on Amazon, any product that you promote. And you can still make an income in those, that is making an income. But then what happens is after those 90 days, if you haven't made any sales, Amazon will close down your affiliate account, like your associate's account. And why do they do that? Well, number one, they want to make sure that the people that have accounts are actually people that are promoting the products and making an income. All right, that's really important. Number 2 is it doesn't make sense for them to have lots of accounts of people that are not actively making an income, because that's a lot of management from their end as well. And I don't know the exact details, but if I was running Amazon, I guess it would mess up their analytics and stuff like that. So they want to make sure people are promoting. So that's what it means. But here's the thing. After those 90 days, if for some reason you didn't make those 3 sales, you can just re-sign up again for their Amazon Associates account. That's all you have to do, right? So it's really no issue. So that's what those 3 qualifying sales means. And Anthony's asking, Anthony Burgos, how can we continuously come up with content ideas to promote a digital affiliate marketing business? So Anthony, that's a great question. I'm going to answer that now. So one of the things a lot of people think when they start a digital marketing business, right? There's lots of ways you can build a business to be able to get people to those products. Okay, there's Instagram. You can do pictures, you can do carousels, you can do reels, like Instagram reels, the same thing on TikTok, right? TikTok is short form videos. You can do YouTube videos, right? But a lot of people also don't want to do video. And then as well, you can do posts like on Facebook. A lot of it is about written posts, right? Just adding value through written posts. So, you can choose any strategy you want. And even with like short videos or any videos, you can show your face. You don't have to show your face, right? But then what happens is when you're creating videos, you always you have to have content ideas that you're putting out, right? And a lot of people, especially when they're new, and Anthony, I know you've been doing this for a few years too, just online business, but especially people that are new, they're like, what am I going to share? I don't have any value to share. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to create videos or, written posts about. So here's what I recommend. I recommend, number one, there's more to it. Number one is you want to, if you're new, you want to pick a niche. Like what are you going to, type of industry products you're going to promote? The most profitable ones are health, wealth, and relationships. Okay, I'm not going to go into why. I'd recommend, go subscribe to the podcast because we're going to dive deeper into this subject. Again, alexfordpodcast.com/50. Subscribe to those channels. You also go into the draw to win $50. So, you choose a niche. Once you choose a niche, you choose a product that you're going to promote that's relatable. So if you're in, let's say, the relationships niche, you could find a product on how to improve your marriage or how to improve, how to do dating better, right? So you choose a product and then you start creating content, right? Simple videos, you can show your face, don't show your face, can be written posts as well that are going to add value to people, like help people relate that, and then it's related to that product. So maybe giving tips on how to communicate better with your spouse, maybe how to, manage the energy better in relationships, right? So you're giving these tips. And then as you give those tips, you're going to grow a following, right? Even if you have 0 followers, you're going to grow a following. And then those people are going to get to like that value that they get from you. And eventually they'll buy something from you, right? Whether it's a course or a product. So that's kind of the process of making an income online. And then the question that comes up is like with creating that content is like, well, how do I come up with content ideas? So once you've got those other steps that I just mentioned, then what you do is, my recommendation when you're new is you research other people's content, especially maybe follow 3 to 5 leaders in that industry. So if it's in the relationships industry, you follow maybe 5 leaders. If it's in the wealth niche, kind of like what I'm in, I help people to make an income online. Then you follow, you 3 to 5 other people that do that. And then what you do is you start seeing what of their content is trending, what's going viral, okay? And once you see what's going, and when I mean viral, I mean in 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 200,000, 1 million views, right? What content is going viral right now, not viral 2 years ago, because that might not necessarily as work, although you can still try, right? Because if you do it in your own style, you might potentially go viral because it's proven to go viral before. But you look at what training content other people are making, and then you recreate it yourself and add your own little spin to it. Add your personality, obviously do it in your own words, just if you like humor, adding a little bit of humor into it. I love, humor in content as well. So when I create content, sometimes I'll see how I can add a little bit of, just to make it a little bit funny. And that's what you do in the beginning. And all you do is just start modeling other people's content. The other thing you can do is you can look at what content is going viral or what content is going trending in other niches. So for example, if you are, and I do this as well. If I'm in the wealth niche, right? I teach people how to make an income online. I teach them the strategies to do that. But sometimes I'll look at other videos, let's say in the health niche, or just, anything that's trending in another industry. And then I'll take that and I'll recreate it myself and put a message that's applicable to my industry, my niche, and then it's relatable to the products that I promote as well. And then often that content will also go viral because it's proven to go viral somewhere else, right? So you don't have to come up with your own content ideas. If you know what's trending and you're kind of like riding the wave of those trends, you're always going to be going, not always, but you're often going to be going viral, and you're going to be getting, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, potentially, eventually. And look, this is powerful. Like for me, on Instagram, as an example, last year, my account, when I really put focus on it, it blew up from about 1,300 followers to 200,000 followers in 2 months once I was focusing on this strategy. And then within 3 months, I had 300,000 followers, and it's continued to grow, right? So that's what I recommend, Anthony. If you don't know what sort of content to create, start modeling others. And as you model other people's content, you're going to learn, well, why does this content go viral? You're going to learn those nuances as well. And then you'll be able to start creating your own original content that will potentially go viral as well, that's what's happened to me now that I create original content, not all of it, but often they go viral. Let's go on to the next question. So someone says, how can I start a 4-figure business to start with? Great question. So how can you start a 4-figure business basically? Well, I guess the question is, how can I make a 4-figure income with a business? So firstly is you want to, number one is you want to choose the right online business model, right? There's a lot of business models out there. There's, drop shipping, which personally I don't recommend because you have to source products. You have to deal with companies, let's say in China. You have to have products shipped. You have to, do the website, fix the website. I just got another subscriber, Addrison Gonzalez. Awesome. I see you just subscribed to the YouTube channel as well, which by the way, guys, go to Alex, if you go to alexfordpodcast.com/50 and you subscribe to all those 4 there, you go in the chance to win $50, which I'll announce the winners in 24 hours. All right. And then I'll PayPal you. As long as you have PayPal, I'll be able to transfer that money to you guys. So back to the question about how to make 4 figures with an online business. So you want to choose the right online business model. I don't recommend drop shipping. There's a lot of, effort and more technical stuff to it. There's Amazon FBA, which is the same thing as well. You have to source products and it's Amazon, deal with customer service. I personally recommend a digital marketing or affiliate marketing, same thing, which is promoting other companies' products online in exchange for commissions. I recommend it because you don't have to create your own products. Like literally the products are already there. You can tap into those products with the right company. They'll give you resources as well. So they'll give you marketing materials. They might give you some training depending on the company. You might have to purchase some training sometimes. They'll give you templates to set up simple, basic websites. You don't have to code or anything like that. And literally within a week, you can have your online business set up and start marketing and making an income online. But then because the question was, how do you start earning 4 figures? Well, number one, you got to choose the right online business model, which I just kind of covered, an idea that I would recommend. But then is, and by the way, when you go to that, again, alexfordpodcast.com/50, the second episode, right? I recommend listen to them in order, 1, 2, 3, because I just released 3 in one go. But the second episode, Freelance Digital Marketing Made Easy, a simple path to profits. That's where I cover these steps a lot more in detail, which I recommend, for P61 NGH, you asked the question, how to make 4 figures with an online business. That episode dive deep into those 3 things to be able to know how to do that. But basically, you choose that online business, the business model, and you choose a product. Number 3, you create a simple 2-page website, which I explained in the podcast episode. There's no coding or anything complex. And number 3, you start using social media to drive people to those products. That's what I recommend to be able to make a 4-figure business, because if you do that and you do that consistently, promoting other people's products, especially if you promote products that you can earn $1,000 commissions. Like often I'm waking up in the morning and I'm, turning my phone on and boom, I'm getting notifications that I made, $1,000 commissions like per sale while I was sleeping. So if you can also choose, and I covered that in the podcast episode number 2 as well. So if you can choose products that you're going to earn, $1,000 commissions, all you need to do is make 4 sales per month, right? 4 sales per month, which I'll make way more than that each month, but 4 sales per month to be able to, make that 4 figures. And that's it, right? Hope that answers your question there. Again, I'd recommend check out the podcast episode where I dive deeper into that. Let's go on to the next question. Let me have a look. Okay, so someone asked, what opportunities are available for we Africans? Most of the online stuff doesn't work. Favor Africans. So that's a good question. Yes, there is a lot of stuff that isn't available, let's say in countries like Africa, India, Pakistan. It is a little bit tougher, I know, for you guys over there, but there is options. Affiliate marketing, which is again promoting other people's products online, is an option. Not every affiliate program is available, but what I would recommend for not just for you, and your name is Bamis 101, but for anyone around the world that wants to learn how to sell promote other people's products online, including people in Africa, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, wherever. Well, number one, go, I'm beating a dead horse here. Go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, right? And then you go into the draw to win $50 as well when you subscribe to all 4 of these, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the podcast channel. But then again, episode 1, 2, 3, we do cover, how to be able to use digital marketing, affiliate marketing. That's applicable all around the world, okay? And then the other thing as well is when you go to, the podcast website, alexfordpodcast.com. And hey, Andre, good to see you're on here, brother. It's been a while. But when you go on to alexfordpodcast.com, at the bottom, there is my free book that you can get, okay? The 6-Figure Formula. And in that book, I dive deeper into digital marketing, affiliate marketing. Like combining that book with the podcast episodes will be powerful for you, right? Because, the book breaks down the strategy I do use to have a 6-figure online business. Online, it's applicable anywhere around the world. And you get that. You get the free book. There's a couple of free trainings as well, where I even go into the behind the scenes of how my online business works with digital marketing. And you can also get access. Okay, I'm all about transparency as well. So you can also get access, or I show how to get access to the same $7 course that I took that taught me everything I know about digital marketing, literally, right, for $7. Optional, but I highly recommend it. But either way, you can start with a free book. There's a couple of free trainings. There's the podcast as well. So you can listen to both podcast episodes, all 3 episodes. Like seriously, guys, I've gone all out here, pretty much giving away the farm in terms of education and knowing how to use digital marketing to make an income online. And again, if you guys are just jumping on now, you can go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. And then that's going to take you to this page, and just follow, all 4 profiles there. And then once you do that in 24 hours, I'll select 2 people and I'll inbox them $50. Okay. So, and if you go and subscribe to them now on this podcast, I'll give you a shout out, because I'm getting notifications here from YouTube on my phone, and then I can just, give you guys those shout outs. So anyway, so back to the questions. Let's go on to the next question here. Someone's like, what's your strategy for SEO? Okay, good question. So I don't really have a strategy for SEO. And by the way, I'm going to have some coffee because I need it. Had, I think, like 5 hours sleep last night, because I was busy getting this podcast launched. And seriously, actually, no, I'll get back to this in a second. The podcast was a lot of work. So I hope you guys get a lot of value and appreciate it, because, man, and please, if as you guys go through the podcast, send me some feedback. I would appreciate that. Either via email, any of my social media channels, just DM me, because wow, I probably worked, I recommend starting an online business where you work 2 hours a day, which is with digital marketing. You can do that. Totally do that. And my main income, that section of the day for my business, my main income producing activities take me 1 to 2 hours a day, each day. That's it. Right. And I'm excited to just get back to that after this podcast launch. That's what I recommend. But this last week, I've probably worked over 100 hours getting the podcast episodes edited. I'm going to have someone edit them for me, but I have to learn how to do it myself, so I know what they can do for me. Creating shorts as well, which I'm going to be releasing, reels and shorts. So, that's why when you go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, you can also subscribe to the Instagram account, because then you'll get those, short clips from the podcast episodes. So you're getting micro pieces of value. But anyways, back to the question, what's your strategy for SEO? I don't really have one. Okay. I don't do SEO so much. But what I do is, whenever I create content, the only thing is I'll optimize the content for SEO. And all that means, I don't like SEO because it's too complex. It's basically getting found on Google and YouTube. There's a lot of complexities to it. But I always just research keywords, what are the words that people are searching online? What are the questions they're searching online? And when I create content, I always make sure that word or the question they're asking is in that content, in the written text. So for example, and this question was from I Am UFO. For example, with the podcast here, the second episode, I called it Freelance Digital Marketing Made Easy. Why did I call it that? Well, it is about freelance digital marketing, but the word freelance digital marketing gets searched, I think, about 4,000 times a month on average. So then I added that word, and I added that word a few times in the text as well, so that eventually Google can find that. And then when people search freelance digital marketing, they'll be able to go to the episode, watch or listen to the episode, get value from it. So, and I do the same thing with my YouTube videos, anything like that. I'll just see, okay, what are the words people are searching for? And then, create content around that, or make sure that those words are in the title of the content or the description. So I hope that helps. I'm not big into SEO, but anyway, so let me have a look. So I've already answered. Okay. So all the questions on, and someone messaged me as a question, alexfordpodcast.com/50. Awesome. Thanks, Yiwa Michael there. But do you guys have any other questions? Let me know. This is your opportunity to ask any questions that you have about digital marketing, about online business, about how to make an income online, anything. Let me know, because I'm here to answer questions for you guys. Yes, this is the podcast launch today. And again, I'm giving away $100 divided by 2. So, 2 people will get $50. If you want to go into the draw, go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. Let me comment that again on Instagram. I think I've still got the comment here. There we go. And then I'm going to pin that. So good to go into the draw to win $50. Go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. Subscribe to all those 4 platforms. I'll be able to check in 24 hours who subscribed to all. And then I'm going to DM. I might even do a live. Who wants me to do a live tomorrow? Go live and actually, choose those names together. so that I might do that in 24. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that would be pretty awesome. But any questions, guys, and I know sometimes these comments can be delayed. Let me know any questions and I'll answer them for you about anything digital marketing, about making an income online. If you've seen any of my content, heck, if it's about the podcast, let me know as well. And I can answer those for you. But let me see on Facebook, YouTube, if there's any comments coming here. And no, there's not really any questions coming here. But yeah, guys, like, go subscribe. I don't know if as comments come through what I can share at the moment. One of the things I do want to share though, as well, is when you go there, you know, get my free book as well, the 6-figure formula. Like, that's going to teach you a lot about digital marketing and how to use this whole process to make an income online. But yeah, all the episodes are just amazing. So I don't think there's any questions coming through today. We don't have as many people here as what we do normally, but that's totally fine. But yeah, do you guys have any questions? Let me know. And no, I don't think we have. Do you know what? Let me just share something. I have something on actually my phone's there. What was I going to share? Let me see if I can actually find it. Let me have a look. I had a really cool article that I found the other day. Here we go. I think it's going to come up. All right. This is a really cool thing, right? So in terms of choosing your niches, there's 3 that I recommend, or 3 that are the most profitable: health, wealth, and relationships, right? Because health, for example, is, you know, there's always going to be people that are looking to improve their health, whether it's, you know, losing weight, getting more energy, getting fit, you know, and you can promote courses. Like, you can promote courses to lose weight, get fit. You know, there's shakes, health products that you can promote. Those are great products to be able to make an income online. Number 2 is relationships. So anything around relationships. So it could be improving your marriage, improving, you know, even parenting courses as well. I've done parenting courses with my wife, and like, wow, that made a huge difference to our parenting and just the way our kids have, you know, the way who they've grown into. So parenting courses, dating courses as well, communication courses that, you know, so there's always going to be people that want help with relationships, and wealth as well. And wealth just means anything around money, finances. So for example, I help people to build a digital marketing business online. I'm in the wealth niche. If you are like an investment coach or selling investment packages, things like that, investment advice, financial advice, all of that is also in the wealth niche, which, by the way, if anyone ever DMs you, word of caution, and they're trying to sell you, you know, like investment packages, crypto packages, like, stay well away, because a lot of those people, they're scammers. And one of the things that I recommend, keep this in mind, is if people are DMing you out of the blue, like if they, you know, like you haven't actually requested information, like, I'll never DM people out of the blue. Okay, if you do request information, I will DM, but you always have to make that initial connection, right, to me, right? But if people are messaging you out of the blue when you didn't request information and they're trying to sell you, you know, crypto packages, trading packages, stay well away, because it's most likely they're going to scam you, or they're going to take your money and then they're just going to disappear. All right, because always ask yourself this question: if this person really is making the money that they're making, or they're very successful, why are they DMing at me out of the blue? Like, ask yourself that question. And for me, I have no time to be DMing people out of the blue. No time. Because I get people contacting me, DMing me, purchasing things from me. And I've got a business that's making an income. I don't have to be DMing people out of the blue. All right. And if you ever get fake accounts, like duplicated from like that look like me, trying to sell that stuff, ignore them. Okay. That was not me. I do not sell trading packages. I do not sell crypto. I don't sell anything like that. Right. And now my account, especially on Instagram and Facebook, I have the blue tick. So a lot of those accounts get shut down quickly. But yeah, stay away from that. But so back to the wealth niche, right? Choosing a product in any of those is, you know, that's where you make that income, right? They're the most profitable niches. And there was a reason why we were talking about this. Oh yeah. So in terms of the wealth niche, I do recommend that one as well for a lot of people, right? If you're able to, because with the wealth niche, there's a lot of money to be made, and it's a big niche because there's always people that want to be able to fix their finances, whether it's start an online business, to investing, anything like that. So if you're able to promote products in that niche, you can make find products, which I talk about in my free ebook as well. That free ebook is at alexfordbook.com, or you can click the link in the bio as well in any of my platforms to be able to get access to that book. But there's products that you can promote where you can make $1,000 commissions, like literally $1,000 or more commissions per sale. And then one of the concerns I get often from people is just like, there's this thing about money, right? That money is like, there's a taboo behind money. Who agrees with this, right? I mean, like people, they're not going to talk about like to your friends or family or how much money they make in their jobs, what's their salary. There's just a taboo behind that. And then when people very often, especially in my everyday life, sometimes when I meet people or there's people I know and I mention something to do with money, I always get this, like, not from some people, I get this sense of people just like have resistance to talk about money because it's almost like there's a negative feeling around it, right? And that's very normal. And this is why there's so many people online that will call people that are trainers in this sort of industry, scammers and things like that, because they just have issues around money. They don't understand money. They haven't clear, right? Which, by the way, money mindset is so important. If you can understand money, there's nothing good and nothing bad to it, right? Money is neutral, right? And all money is an exchange of value for money. That's all it is. There's nothing good and nothing bad to it. So when you offer someone else something of value, like a product, something that's going to help them, could be a service as well, something that's going to help them in their life to be able to solve a problem, right? When you offer that to people, and they want that, they'll want the product, and then they'll give you money to be able to get that product. That's all money is. Okay, there's nothing bad to it. There's nothing good to it. Money is just the value. It's just the exchange of value for money. And when you understand that, you realize, wow, okay, so the more I promote products to people that are going to help them, the more money I'm going to buy. And there's a quote from someone called Zig Ziglar, which I absolutely love. And the quote is, help enough other people get what they want and you'll get everything you want. Okay, what does that mean? It means that, again, if you provide products and services and in a way that helps tons of people, okay, then people are going to want, like, they purchase those products. You're going to help those people. And even by creating content and videos and written posts, anything that's going to help people, then what's going to happen is money's going to come back to you, right? If you help other people. So Brett says, you're polite with your expression and truly I appreciate the live coaching. Cool. Thanks, Brett. I appreciate that. Bagginix, you say you can't hear me. I'm not sure why, but other people on Instagram can hear me. Maybe you have to, there's a unmute button or something that you can tap on, or tap on the video that might actually open up the audio. All right, so that's all money is, guys. And it's really important for you guys to know that, because if you want to make an income online, we have to get out of these feelings of that money is bad, because it's not, okay? And then I don't want to get too political here, but do you know, like, there's people that fight about money, right? Different perspectives and that. So I'm going to touch something that could be a little bit touchy, but I think it's important to cover, okay? So personally, and I'm going to be, honest here, I consider myself a capitalist, because what is a capitalist? A capitalist is someone that believes in free enterprise, that anyone can start a business if they want. Anyone can sell products if they want. Anyone can add value to people in exchange for money through services, through products. Anyone can do that. If you don't feel that you can do that, that's just a restriction you have in your own mind that you have to overcome to be able to do that. But as a capitalist, it's like, if you add value to people, if you help people, money is going to come to you. You are going to make money. And everyone, literally everyone, has an opportunity to be able to make money in any way they want, as long as it's ethical, as long as it's not hurting anyone, okay? I'm big about that as well. Like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, then, you can make money in any way you want. And everyone has that opportunity. Absolutely. But then there's this other concept of socialism. Who knows what socialism is? Okay. And can you believe I explained this to my two kids, my 6-year-old and my 9-year-old last week, and they totally got it. Right. And because we were having dinner. And the funny thing is I was like using little pieces of rice and food on the table to kind of try to explain this concept to kids, and they got it. Right. But with like capitalism, free enterprise, okay, you could have, let's represent these 10 people. Okay. 10 people. Let's say let's say there's 9 people that are poor and 1 person that's rich. Okay. The difference is that the rich person understood that money is just a byproduct of providing value to the marketplace. So they provided products, services that would help people, and people gave him more money. Okay. Or her. We'll just use he for now, right? More money. And then the more that person helped people, the more they provided value, the more money he made. Okay. The other 9 people that are poor, do you know why they stayed poor? Because they had beliefs that held them back from making money. Okay. One of those beliefs was, oh, that rich guy, he's just greedy. He's just taking everyone's money. He's taking advantage of people. Right? If they believe, the 9 poor people believe that person's taking advantage of people, are they ever going to make money? Nope. Because they're going to feel that if they're promoting products to other people, they're going to feel that they're taking advantage of people. And internally, that thing we despise, we don't become. All right. So then what happens is, hey, Maura, good to see you jumping on here. So then what happens is, but here's the thing, right? Those 4 people, maybe they don't understand business. They don't understand how to make money. They don't understand how to sell products in exchange for income, which again, I share in the podcast at alexfordpodcast.com/50. When you go to that page, you can, subscribe to all those 4 buttons on there. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and your favorite channel, and you go into the draw to win $50, which I'm giving away free money here. All right. So back to the concept of capitalism and making money. All right. And then we'll share the other one. So again, everyone, all 10 people had the same opportunity, right, to be able to start a business and get rich if they wanted to by adding value to other people. Only 1 person did it. The other people, they bitched, they complained, they had beliefs, limiting beliefs that held them back from doing that, but they still had the same opportunity. If they wanted to start a business, they could have started a business. Maybe it was investing in themselves in a business, promoting certain products, getting the right education to develop skill sets. Right? So that is, they all have the same opportunity. Everyone's equal in terms of having that opportunity. Now, on the other side of the coin, there's this concept of socialism. Okay. And what socialism says, again, this isn't about getting political, although this is some political words. This is about helping you understand how to make money online. All right. By understanding the mindset behind it. All right. So socialism says, okay, again, to the concept, 1 person is rich, the other are 9. Socialism says, and the government usually is going to go, let's pretend that this is the government, my coffee here. So the government is going to go, okay, this is unfair. Okay, there's 1 rich person and 9 poor people. Okay, and the government's going to go, we're going to take that rich person's money that he worked really hard to provide value and services and build a company and create jobs and pay people salaries, right? We're going to take that person's money, who they deserved it. We're going to take it all, and we're going to spread it evenly across everyone, all 10 people. So now all 10 people have the same amount of money, all right? So no one's rich, no one's poor. They all have the same amount of money, okay? But here's the issue. Okay, when this happens, what do you think is going to happen to that money? What do you think is going to happen to the money? Hey, Chris, good to see that you jumped on here. Awesome. Got some event planning at your 9 to 5. All good. So I've been going on about an hour and a half now, roughly, hour and 15 minutes. So definitely, if anyone's jumping on here, catch the replay because a lot of value on here, okay? But back to the concept of socialism, right? So what happens is the money gets spread out evenly, but get this, okay? Making money requires a few things, and then I'll come back to those 10 people. It requires having the right mindset, understanding that money is just an exchange of value for money. It's not good. Money is not good or bad. Okay. Believing that you are worthy to have money and worthy to create wealth. Okay, that's an important one, because the people that don't feel they're worthy of money, if they make a lot of money, they'll lose it all. This is why the stats, I think it's about 95% of people that win the lottery, within 2 to 3 years, they're flat broke. In fact, they're worse than where before they won the lottery. Why? Because they hadn't changed themselves inside to understand what money is, to keep money. They don't feel worthy of money. So then they blow it all on things that lose value, right? They don't even invest it to make more money. They just blow it all, and then they don't have any money. And in fact, they get into more debt, and in the end, they're in a worse position, okay? So understanding that, changing yourself within inside to know that you are worthy of money is really important as well. And when you are worthy of money, you'll keep more of your money. People that are not worthy of money, they'll spend their money. And the third is having the right values, right? For a lot of people, values just mean the order of importance of things in their lives. So for a lot of people, most people, what's at the top? At the top is I'll give some examples. It's different for everyone, okay? But it might be partying, buying things, maybe buying expensive things to impress other people that they don't even care about, to go, oh, look, I'm rich on the outside, but on the inside, they're not, right? So what happens is they'll spend money, and then saving and investing is right here at the bottom of their priorities list, right? These are values. So what happens is when people make lots of money, then they're going to use that money according to their values. And if their values is spent, they're just going to spend. And eventually, they've spent all their money and they never saved any, and they never invested it. They never invested into a business. They never invested in property, lots of different ways to invest. And then they're flat broke. Okay. So back to this concept, and I've got a comment here. So Leon says, it's extraordinary that you're taking time to explain how money works and the value of earning and making money young. They will not fear of utilizing it for the future. Absolutely. And thanks for that comment, Leon. Appreciate that, because, this is so important for anyone. It's like when you understand this concept, you go, wow, like it frees you, and it frees you to be able to make money and not have these internal battles anymore, right? And my kids, they just started their first YouTube channel. My daughter started her first Instagram account, actually, which, by the way, if you guys want to follow her account, I would recommend it. She would absolutely love it. Let me comment it here on Instagram. There we go. It's instagram.com/Ivanka Ford. And I'm going to post it here. I'm going to post it on the other channels. Follow my daughter. And I'm going to get back to this concept, okay? Here we go. Follow my daughter, instagram.com/Ivanka Ford. I would appreciate that. She would appreciate that as well. She's putting in reels consistently as well on there, which is amazing. Just entertaining stuff. So back to the concept of socialism, right? So again, people that have these issues with money, right? If the government came, again, pretend this was the government, and the government comes and goes, we're going to take all your money, rich person, and we're going to spread it out evenly across everyone. All right? Evenly across everyone. In the idea of that can seem pretty good, but is it really good? Let me share with you. So now that you guys have understood those other concepts, of people that don't keep money is because they don't feel worthy of money, so they'll spend it all. They have bad spending habits, or their priorities list is spending things and impressing other people, so they spend all their money. And then at the bottom is saving or investing, or maybe it's not even there. Okay, whereas for the rich person, their priorities is starting a business, making money, adding value to others, right? Making profit by helping others, right? As long as other people get value. And then when they make money, right, they're going to save it, they're going to invest it, and then then they'll spend some of it, right, on stuff that they need or whatever. But they're not going to have a need to impress people. Okay, that's why that person was rich. And give you an example, right? We just moved a year and a half ago to an affluent suburb. I live in Australia, Perth, and we used to live in another kind of affluent suburb. But in that suburb, it was still a little bit lower middle class, affluent. And at the school my kids went to there, everyone wore like, what do you call it? Like branded clothes, right? Like, I can't think of them now. I've kind of moved away from that stuff myself too. So Lacoste, though I do like Lacoste, but that's just for other reasons. My dad used to wear it as a kid, so kind of this is something for it for me there. But Lacoste, Paul, like Ralph Lauren, Lululemon, all these things, everyone was always wearing these branded clothes. Why? Because most of these people were still, like upper middle class with professional jobs, but people would have to feel like they're rich, feel like they're like, I just know, just feel like they're rich, even though they weren't, but they had to wear clothes for them to feel like they're rich. And that clothes costs a lot of money, right? So they're spending a lot of money on expensive clothes. Now that we live in a true affluent suburb, it's like we go to my kid's school and get this, guys. This is like what blew our mind. You go to that school and no one wears branded clothes. No one. Maybe one person here, one people there, but pretty much none of the parents wear branded clothes. This is a secret you guys probably wouldn't hear anywhere, and I'm letting you guys know this. Why? Because in a suburb like this, right? I mean, the houses are $1 million plus in this suburb. Most of them probably even $2 million. But here's the thing. No one wears branded clothes because they don't need to feel rich. They don't need to pretend to be rich. They can just, because they are rich, they don't have to put on this pretense to pretend to feel rich and to pretend to the other world that they're rich. People can just feel because people are wealthy, so they don't wear any other branded clothes. And you know what? In the other suburb, in the other school, we were there like 5 years, and I was kind of getting to this point where I was starting to buy Ralph Lauren. I do like Ralph Lauren as well, a little bit, but I was starting to buy more Ralph Lauren shirts, and I was slowly creeping into this buying fancier clothes because I almost felt like I had to fit in a little bit with other people because there's just those feelings there, and people will accept you more in a way if you're dressed a certain way. And I didn't like it. I knew it, but I didn't like it. But then when we moved to a real affluent suburb, it's like I don't wear any branded clothes anymore. Occasionally I might wear one of my Ralph Lauren shirts, but most of that, literally, I'm always wearing a black shirt. If you guys have noticed, the same one, because I can just say, I don't have to think about it. Just put on the same shirt every day and just go on with that my every day. And I don't even have to worry about what I'm wearing or that people are going to judge or whatever. Right. And that's the thing about when people are wealthy, you don't have to be spending all this money, right? And you shouldn't do it anyway. So back to the concept, right? If money got spread out evenly between everyone, what would happen with the whole concept of socialism? Now that people are going to spend their money, they're not going to value their money, they've got bad spending habits, they don't feel worthy of money, right? The government comes and he goes, you're a rich person, we're going to take you all your money and we're going to spread it evenly. And there's been research done into this as well. Guess what's going to happen within a few months, maybe 3 months? This is what's going to happen. All those 9 people, okay, let's go like that. All those 9 people that were poor, and when all that wealth got distributed evenly, what do you think they're going to do? Let me know in the comments. What do you think they're going to do with that money? I'm going to say it because the comments will take a while to come in. They're going to go spend all their money. They're going to go, oh, great. They're going to be happy. Yes, the government took all the money from the rich people and got spread out evenly, right? But once they've got all that money, they're going to go, oh, great. Now we have more money to spend. Let's go buy. Yes. So Jinx Rebel said, spend it. Exactly. You got it, right? They're going to go spend it. And Iris Phillips there on Facebook said, spend it as well. They're going to go spend it. So they're going to go, yes, we got, that's great. The government has taken care of everyone. They took money from the rich people and they've given it to everyone. Yay. And Brett said, spend it. Yeah, exactly. They're going to be happy, right? But in 3 months, during those 3 months, they're going to, now let's go buy a new TV. Let's go buy, fancy branded clothes so that we can also feel rich, not be rich, feel rich. They're going to go buy maybe a car, probably a car they don't need, or a fancy car maybe on debt too, right? That's going to lose its value. They're going to buy and spend and spend and spend. And guess what's going to happen in a few months? Okay. All those 9 people, their money is going to slowly go like this. And it's going to disappear. Now let me ask you the next question. Who do you think that money is going to go to? Let me know. Who do you think that money is going to go to? Let me know in the comments below. Where is that money going to go? I'd love to know. Put it in the comments. I'm going to say it. It's going to go back to the rich person. Why? Let me know in the comments below too. Why is that money going to go to the rich person? So Iris says the government. No, it's going to go back to the rich person. The rich man. Exactly. Jinx said it. Jinx Rebel said it. It's going to go to the rich person or to the rich man. Why? Well, those people, those poor people that the money got spread, the real Triple said, what are we talking about? We're talking about, the value of money, how money works, difference between capitalism, socialism, and how to change your mindset so that you can actually attract money instead of losing money, right? So it's going to go to the people that own a business, the rich person. Why? Well, those poor people, they're going to spend all their money because their priorities are in the wrong order, which we mentioned before. They don't value money. Okay, they don't value saving. They don't value investing. Maybe they don't feel worthy of keeping money, so they're going to go spend it all instead of keeping it. They don't understand business or investing, so they just understand spending. They're going to want to impress people to pretend that they're rich, to feel like they're rich, but they're not. But then they're going to be broke again, and they're going to start at square one with zero money. But then the rich person, it's not that they're greedy, although I would say sometimes, I'll talk about this in a second, like being rich or being poor, there's like, that's not bad or good. There's rich people that are amazing people, and there are rich people that are bad people. Just like there's poor people. There's poor people that are amazing people, and there's poor people that are bad people too, right? So it's not about being rich or not, but what's going to happen is the rich person, they value money. Their priorities in the right order. They're going to save and invest first before spending. Okay, they don't necessarily spend. Like at this point, whenever I spend money, it hurts me, like to a degree. Like I'll pay whatever, but sometimes it's like, for example, setting up this podcast that I set up, which, by the way, if you go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, I'm giving away $50 if you subscribe to all those 4 channels there. But like this podcast cost me a lot of money relatively. Right? I had to pay videographers. I had to pay more money for my website to be sorted out, like for the podcast. I had to buy all these things to edit the podcast. Like, man, it's cost me money, okay? And I didn't expect it to cost me money. But that's business too, so it's not the same. But recently, when my kids started their YouTube channels, just recently, my son's iPad broke. He needed new headphones. My daughter got into Instagram as well and YouTube Shorts and that sort of thing. And I had to buy my son a new iPad, which was $1,400. I had to buy him and a case as well for that iPad. I had to buy headphones for him with like a microphone because he's starting to do Minecraft. He's 6 years old and he plays Minecraft, and he's recording him playing Minecraft on his iPad with a microphone and speaking, and he's going to set up his own YouTube channel for that soon. So I had to buy him headphones, which were like almost $200. Because I wanted to buy him good ones as well so that he can actually do his YouTube videos. We had to buy them lights as well for their video. Like, we've spent a lot of money recently, and you know what? It hurt because it's like, I don't like to spend money on just stuff that doesn't make money. But then part of me was like, actually, no, this is a good investment because my kids are learning skills. They're building a YouTube channel, and over the medium to long term, they're going to be able to monetize. And they're already talking about monetizing it, both of them, my 6-year-old and my 9-year-old. Right, so it's in a way was an investment. So in the end, I felt good about it, right? But spending money on stuff, like the values are in the right order. By the way, Chris, I see that you subscribed to the podcast YouTube channel. Awesome, and thank you. So just got the notification come through. So back to the thing, it's like, the government's going to the government's going to go. We're going to take the money away from the rich people and spread it out evenly across the poor people. But then after a few months, what's going to happen is the poor people, they're going to spend their money because they don't have the values of saving and investing, and they're going to go spend all the money, and then that money, like you guys said, is going to end up in the hands of the rich people again. And why? I already mentioned it. Because the rich people value money. They understand how money works. Money is not good or bad. It's just an exchange of value. They provide valuable services and products that help people, and people pay them for that money. They feel worthy of money, so they have no issue with accepting money because they feel worthy of it, right? They feel worthy of money, and then they're going to sell products that are going to help the other people, and then that money is going to end up in the hands of the rich people. Does this make sense, guys? Let me know if that makes sense. I know I've gone deep into this concept, right? But let me know in the comments if that makes sense. Just type in value if you've got value from this, right? But again, the concept of capitalism is just free enterprise. It's anyone can start a business, anyone can learn how to make an income and make an income online. Okay, there's no restrictions. Everyone has equal opportunity. You just got to take action to take hold of that opportunity and do something with it, right? The people that stay poor, it's not that they didn't have opportunity. They all had all the opportunity in the world. Right? And granted, I am going to be a bit empathetic here. There are also some people in countries like third world countries that might not have as much opportunity, okay? And I say that in quotation marks because you might not have the same level of opportunity as in a Western country, but you have the same level of opportunity in your country, okay? In your country. So what do I mean? Like, even if you're in a country like Africa, India, Pakistan, whatever, I bet you there's still rich people there relative, right, to your economy. And what's the difference between them and you? Well, those people, I already explained, they value money, they're worthy of money, they understand how money works, they know how to trade value for money, right? But they can go and do something with it, right? So even if you're in a country that's not a Western country, you still have opportunities in those countries. In fact, I know people earning 6 figures online in countries like India, Pakistan, Africa, South America. Why? Because they learn how to build a business on the internet, promoting other people's products online, which, by the way, if you go to my podcast, alexfordpodcast.com/50, you can start learning. There's 3 episodes on there on how all of this works in terms of digital marketing. And you'll be able to go into the chance to win $50, which I'll call out those winners in 24 hours. All right. alexfordpodcast.com/50. So there is still opportunities everywhere. Okay. But what happens is that's capitalism, and you have to be okay with that. But then socialism is, let's spread out. It's not the opportunity. It's not that everyone has equal opportunity. Socialism is everyone, what's the word? It's equity. Equity. You guys might have heard this word, equity. And what does equity mean? It means that everyone has equality of outcome. So what does that mean? That everyone gets the same. Everyone gets the same money. Everyone gets the same house. Everyone gets, like, the government gives everyone everything, like that's distributed equally, the distribution of wealth. Okay. But countries where that concept has implemented has never worked. I don't know if any of you guys here live in Venezuela. Venezuela has a big economic crisis because they're a huge socialist country and they made the wrong decisions, right? The country made a lot of money a few years ago. You guys can research this on YouTube if you want. They made money through oil, and the government made like they have the biggest oil reserves in the world, okay? Even more than Saudi Arabia, if you guys understand anything about this stuff, right? They could have make a lot of money, right? But they were making a lot of money many years ago, and because the price of oil was really high, they were making billions, trillions of dollars, this country. And then guess what the country did? Because they're socialist, they gave everyone equality of, of outcome, meaning everyone got, and a lot of these things some things are good, but there's things that are not. So there's equality of education, which I think is good and important, but then everyone got the same. They got the same amount of money. They got, the government did everything for them. There was all these programs given to everyone that everyone could access, right? People didn't have to necessarily work and they would have the same, right? But what happened there is, business owners and entrepreneurs, they stopped building a business. Why? Because they couldn't make profit. They couldn't, make more money, right? They couldn't be motivated to build a bigger business. And the government took businesses away from entrepreneurs. And there was one story that was a business, like a big business, was given to like an army general that knew nothing about business. And that army general ran the business into the ground because he didn't have any experience. But again, this is socialism, right? And so what happened was, now the price of oil went down, right? They cannot sell oil for much at the moment. So they're not making enough money. And do you know what it's done for people? Okay, get this. This is what it's done for people. People are expecting the government to do everything for them, to give them the money, to give them a house, to give them everything. And they're not being motivated to go work, to build businesses, to make an income themselves, because they're just waiting for everything to be given to them, right? Again, like a sense of entitlement. Whereas and the country's like, there's like huge, massive inflation, like people cannot even get food. People have had to turn to crime, to like stealing food from trucks that bring in food into the country. Like this is crazy stuff. But again, why? Because it's a socialist country, right? And those values have been really mixed up. And if people understood money, again, if they learn, okay, well, I had the value of work. Okay, I go to work, I got to add value, I got to create products that people want, that help people, that serve people in exchange for money. I have to be okay with accepting money. I'm worthy of money. The money is not good. Nothing, money is not bad. It's just an exchange of value for money. Those people will be able to go start working, start their own businesses, be able to attract that money, and that would allow them to be able to create, wealth for themselves, right? If they understood that, and if the country changed to free enterprise, right? But because they don't have that, it's just a big mess. By the way, who's enjoying this? Let me know in the comments below. It's not a topic that I usually would bring up, but it's like just stuff that I've been learning a lot recently as well. And, I think, it was interesting to me as well. But again, that's the importance. And back to what I shared, it's just like there, especially in countries like US, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, a lot of Western countries, even some third world countries, right? There is that ability. So A says, me so far, awesome. Got us, learn, gave me a thumbs up there. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this stuff. I might share a little bit more of it in the future as well. But I thought it was an important concept, because if you can understand how money works, the value of money, how you can exchange money and create wealth and more money, that's going to set you guys up to be able to create success in anything you do. Because I see a lot of people, they don't build their business. They might even start a business, but then they don't build it because they've got these internal, things like negative feelings and things that are holding them back, right? So I hope that added value anyway. I think I'm kind of beating the dead horse here, but if you guys want to go watch the replay and do some research around it yourself, right? If anything, there's a book I recommend to be able to get started, to be able to understand all of this. The book is called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I don't have it here. I have it around somewhere. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If someone can type it in the comments, that would be appreciated. Just Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that's going to help you start understanding just how money works. And then as you understand that, how business works, how, making profit works. Because ultimately when you start learning that, that's going to help you to be able to create, that freedom that you want in your life. And that book has changed my life. I've read it multiple times. Every time I read it, I've got more value from it. So I'd recommend it's a good book to start with. Ace says, can I speak with you after this? Ace, DM me. By the way, I don't respond to as many DMs because I get thousands of DMs and it's just very hard to keep up. So I like to have conversations with people on here like this in lives, which by the way, I do go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time. That's equivalent to Sydney time, or Thursday in Sydney time. It's equivalent to Thursdays at 10 a.m. Anywhere else in the country, you'll have to look that up to see what that time conversion is. But every Wednesday I'm going live, all right? But Ace, send me a message and I'll check that today in a few hours, and then we can go from there. So I hope you got value, guys. And again, I'm gonna finish up a bit. The podcast is released. Okay, the podcast is officially out. And you guys can go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. Let me put that up here now. So alexfordpodcast.com/50. And when you go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, then you're going to be taken to this page and you're going to get 4 options. And you can go into the chance to win $50, which I'm going to be choosing 2 people in 24 hours. So follow the podcast Instagram account, my Facebook profile on there as well, the podcast YouTube channel, and then subscribe to any of your favorite podcast platforms. It's available on all platforms now. And when you subscribe to all 4 of them in 24 hours, I'm going to choose someone because I can see in the back end, and I'm going to choose 2 people and I'm going to PayPal you $50 US. Okay. So go and do that. And this is going to be, you guys can continue to follow these channels over the next 24 hours. So even if you're watching the replay, you can still do that. And on the podcast, there are 3 episodes released already. So when you go there, there's 3 episodes there, or you can actually see the individual blog posts for them. In the first episode, okay, it's called What is the Alex Ford Podcast? So I talk about, what the podcast is about. I share, a lot of valuable tips on there as well let me just do something here. So there's a lot of valuable tips about how you can actually, make an income online. Brett says, what if the winner doesn't have PayPal? I don't have any other options. I'm sorry. PayPal is the only option that I know at the moment. Then the second episode, I cover freelance digital marketing. So freelance digital marketing made easy, a simple path to profits. And I actually talk about how to simply be able to make an income online using like a 3-step formula, because most people overcomplicate their online businesses. All right. And they're doing things that they don't have to do, right? Just complicating stuff. So this one, I break it down into 3 steps. And if you do those 3 steps, you'll make an income online very simply, very easily, very quickly. And that's the only 3 steps that you have to focus on. All right. So that's that podcast there. And then the third episode that's available now as well. So with my good friend, Jonathan Montoya, who is a 7-figure earner. He's actually made over $4 million in his business in the last 3 years, three and a bit, maybe 3.5 years, over $4 million, guys, with his business. And he covers, we talk about his 7-figure secrets, like how he actually did that. And we talk about strategy. We talk about choosing the best products, the best business model, which is the best marketing methods that you can use to be able to make that happen as well. Like seriously, we dive deep into there. So go check it out. Again, if you go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, you can, and I might actually add the main website there too, but go subscribe to all those 4: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and your favorite podcast channel. And then in 24 hours, I'm going to announce the 2 winners for the $50, and then I'll PayPal you $50 or wherever you're in the world when I choose those winners. I might potentially go live in 24 hours as well to do it, but we're going to see. And then John Kreider says, excellent job. Really enjoyed your time. You're welcome. Chris says he's subscribed to all of them, though I have different account names. That's all good, Chris. I think it's your business name as well, potentially, Chris. So I know your account name there, so that should be all fine. So again, alexfordpodcast.com/50. And the other thing too, guys, let me ask you a question. How would you like me to occasionally do live podcast episodes? Okay, so as you guys know, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's New York time, Wednesday, 8 p.m. New York time, which is equivalent to Sydney time on Thursdays at 8 a.m., also 10 a.m., Thursdays, Sydney time. So I go live and I do a Q&A here. I answer questions, which by the way, if you have any questions, just put them here in the little question box or in the comments and I'll be able to answer. Ree Wolfgram, I haven't seen you comment before, so welcome. And she said, yes. Yeah, so, like every Wednesday I go live doing a Q&A, doing some trainings. How would you guys like me to occasionally, let me know in the comments, do live podcast episodes? So then when I come live here on Wednesdays, I'll still answer questions. I'll still do coaching. And I did this like a few weeks ago too, maybe 3 weeks ago. But then I'll do a live podcast episode, fully live with you guys, adding value. And then that'll be something that I trim and add to the actual podcast on YouTube and on all the channels. I just type in yes if you guys would like that. And then, I think that'd be fun doing a live podcast. I'm not going to do it live all the time, because I'm going to be interviewing people. I've actually got some multiple 6-figure earners, multiple 7-figure earners that I've already recorded, and they're going to be released once per week on the podcast. So true less is what you do exactly. Jinx Rebel said, yes, great idea. Okay, the question here, Trilest, what I do exactly. So I help people to start a digital marketing business online by promoting other companies' products in exchange for commissions. So it's what I recommend for beginners to make an income online because it's very simple to do. You don't have to create your own products. You don't have to do the customer service, anything technical like that. You're just focusing on some very simple promotional strategies online. Anyone can do it in about 1 to 2 hours per day. And you can earn an income or full-time income that way. And I've been talking about the podcast I just launched, which again, you can go to alexfordpodcast.com/50 and subscribe to all those 4 platforms at alexford.com/50. You can go into the chance to win $50. I'm going to be giving 2 of those away in 24 hours. But when you go to the website too, on the podcast, you can get my free ebook there where I actually break down how digital marketing works. There's some free trainings that come with that as well. Like, guys, I'm giving away the farm here. So I hope that answers your question there. I think it was Trillesque. So I'm giving away the farm. Like, even 3 months ago, who remembers when I launched my book? I think that was like, it almost feels like it was a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago. I launched my book. I launched some free trainings that come with that book as well. I'm launching this podcast. Even 3 months ago, I wasn't giving as much away as I am today to actually, guys, get you on the path to learning how to make an income online. So the book's a big thing. The podcast is a big thing. I've got a Facebook group, by the way, that, if you get the free ebook, you'll get access to the Facebook group, or you can just join the Facebook group if you want. It's at alexfordgroup.com, alexfordgroup.com. And if you go to that, if someone could type that in the comments, that'd be great. alexfordgroup.com. And in the group, I'm going to be doing more trainings like this in the future as well. Not sure if I'm going to be keeping this live across all platforms. We'll see. But in the group, you get more training, you get more support. I know, Chris, you've been asking questions in that group as well, which is awesome. And I've got some other people. So yeah, you guys have access to me in that Facebook group. You guys can put your posts, ask questions, and I'll respond to them. It's much easier for me to respond to questions in the group because it's more of a supportive environment compared to DMs. So if you want to chat, just join that group at alexfordgroup.com. So I've got that. And I said a couple of weeks ago, but I've been busy with the podcast. But in a couple of weeks from now, I'm going to be releasing a new training as well, which I've actually got here. Oh, it disappeared. Let me see if I can find it. So I've got a new training, like literally a 1.5 hour training. It's going to be total value. I'm not selling anything in it. Here it is. Let me bring it up. Just to guys give you an idea as to what's coming as well. So this is even more value on top of the book and top of the podcast. There it is. I'm going to be doing a training on how to make your first 100K with digital marketing and quit your 9-to-5 job. Now, some of you might have already watched this, and I did do a basic version of this in December, but literally I've created a new one. And if you guys see here on the left, it's very in-depth and there's a lot of value. Like, it's full training. I'm not selling anything on it. And it's breaking down my strategy that I use, which you can use to make 6 figures online too. So check it out. All the slides are there. And it's just keep scrolling, right? And I'll scroll back up. So I'm going to be keeping tuned. I'm going to email, if you guys get my ebook, again, when you go to the podcast, alexfordpodcast.com, you can get my ebook. And you'll also go on my subscribers list, and then you'll be the first to know when I do that live training. Again, so much value, guys. So I hope that helps. And again, any questions you have, let me know, and give me some feedback on the podcast as well. Be sure to subscribe. If you guys can leave, once you've gone through some episodes, by the way, if you guys can leave a review on the podcast, either on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I would appreciate that as well. I always love getting feedback because it helps to know how to improve and add more value to other people. But again, one final plug. If you guys want to go into the draw to win $50 US, I'm giving away 2 of those. Then all you have to do is go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. That's alexfordpodcast.com/50. And then all you have to do is subscribe to all those 4 channels: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and your favorite podcast channel. And then I'll be able to check who subscribed to all 4, and I'll give away, I'll PayPal you $50 just for doing that, right? Literally, for 1 minute's work, you get $50 anywhere in the world, as long as you guys have PayPal. So go check that out, and I will catch you guys next Wednesday. at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, or equivalent to Sydney time on Thursday at 10 a.m. And I may potentially go live. Farzad, you're saying it's not opening. I'm not sure why. Maybe check a different browser. It is working for me because I just went to it. But I may potentially go live in 24 hours to announce the 2 winners. I think that'd be fun to go live, even if it's for a few minutes, right? But I'll definitely DM the person that wins those $50. All right, so go check that out. Thanks for coming on here, guys. Let me just see if there was any other left questions. No, all the questions are answered. And again, go enjoy that podcast. Let me know some feedback. And there's more coming starting next week. And I think I'm going to be releasing a new episode probably. Actually, let's talk about this. So I think I'm going to be releasing the episode every Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's New York time again. Kind of made sense for me because I looked online and it was just like, well, when is the best time to release podcast episodes? And it seems Wednesday at 5 a.m. is the best time for most people. And then because people can listen when they're going to work, or you can watch it as well on YouTube. Again, if you go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, you can subscribe to all those channels, which is you can listen and watch. You go into the chance to win those $50 as well in 24 hours, which I'll announce the winners. But yeah, I think every Wednesday at this point, 5 a.m., Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be releasing those one episode per week. And then it makes sense because on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live here and I can let everyone know as well about those new podcast episodes. But stay tuned. The next 3 episodes, the next 3 or 4, yeah, I've got 3 more already recorded. The next 3 episodes are going to be huge in terms of content. The next person, so the next episode I'm going to release next week is someone that has made $900,000 in 1 year and a half. Okay. So she was not going to give the name. Actually, I'll give the name. Her name's Mila. Some of you guys might know who Mila is. But she was a Brazilian immigrant to the United States, right? Limited language skills. She was a nanny is what she did as a job. But then what happened was she wanted to start an online business. So she did a few other different things and, drop shipping. She made some money. It didn't really work that well. But then she started digital marketing. And a year and a half later, which is until today, she's made $900,000 in a year and a half online. Now, when I recorded the episode, she was at $800,000, somewhere within there. Now she's crossed 900, but I'll still be releasing it. And she's going to be sharing next week on exactly how she's been able to do that with her business. So you're multiple 7-figure earner. Then the episode after that, it's going to be Brian. He's got a multiple 7-figure business. And then the next episode after that, it's going to be someone called Mark, who's made multiple 7 figures as well with his online business. And get this, he had a $100,000 day a few years ago. How's that? Get that? Like he made $100,000 in a day. Granted, for him was promoting his own course. Can still be done with anything, even if you're promoting other people's products. But he did a big launch, made $100,000 in a day. Because here's the thing: when you're building a business, like when you're making money, there's a couple of ways you can make money. Number one, let me just have a drink. So number one, you can trade time for money, which is what you do normally in a job, right? So you work in 1 hour, you get X amount of dollars for that 1 hour. And if you want to make more money, you have to work another hour and another hour. You just have to work more hours. And what's the maximum amount of hours that you can work in a day? 24, right? You wouldn't be able to work more than 24. You couldn't even work 24 hours consistently, right? Most people work 8 hours, and that's the cap. You're trading your time and you're getting paid a bit of money for each of your hours. But then with online business, you can what's called passive. In a way, it's passive income, right? But you're selling value is more like it. So as an example, right? People that sells books. This is a way of making passive income, but also of selling value. So if you write a book, you do the work once, and then what happens is, you get it printed, but you've done the work once, and now you can sell it over and over and over and over and over again. There's no limit to how many books you could sell necessarily, right? Maybe there are some limitations if it's physical and you run out of stock, but let's say if it was an ebook either, right? There's unlimited ways. You could sell unlimited amount of books online as an example, right? So you could sell 1 million books in one day. You could say you could sell 10 million books in one day. I don't know how realistic that would be because I don't know about selling books. But the possibility is there to be able to sell 10 million books in a day, right? And if you sold 10 million books in a day, I'm just curious. Obviously, you're not going to make all the money, but as an example, right? If you sold 10 million books at, let's say, $30, that's, I don't even know what the number is. It's like multiple zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like a 3 and 8 zeros. Let me actually figure this out by, so it's like $300 million if you sold 10 million books, right? That's the power of, selling value instead of trading time for money. Now that's just books. Online, you could sell digital products, which is what I recommend because they're very profitable and you create it once and you don't have to ship anything and you can just be sold multiple times. But if you sell other people's products, you don't even have to create them yourself. You can sell them over and over and over and over again. So for my friend Mark, he made $100,000 in one day a few years ago by launching his own new course. And when he launched that course, he did a big launch. Other people promoted his products as an affiliate as well. And on his first 24 hours, he made $100,000 promoting those products. Hey, Sarah, good to see you jumped on here. Good evening to you. It's morning for me, 10 a.m. here. But yeah, that's how he made $100,000 because he created a product. And of course, other people promoted it as well, which allowed other people to make money. This is the power of digital marketing and affiliate marketing. But he made $100,000 in a day and he's going to be on the 4th, so 3 episodes from now. So guys, I'm telling you, and I know Sarah just jumped on here on TikTok as well. I was having another conversation with Sarah. Sarah made $100,000 in a 24-day period, I think it was, like 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. And I'm going to be interviewing her for a future episode as well. So guys, definitely, if you guys want to, like make sure you don't miss those episodes, tons of value, go to alexfordpodcast.com/50. Oh, there we go. Sarah, 2026. That's it. So she made $100,000 US in 26 days, like a month and a half ago or something. Might have even been a month ago. So $100,000 in a day. Same way as my friend Mark did it in a day. It's just like you sell products because with digital products, you can sell them over and over and over and over again, and you don't have to trade time for money. Again, if you guys want to not get all these secrets that are coming up, go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, and you can go in the chance to win $50 US. I'm giving away 2 of those in the next 24 hours. And when you go to alexfordpodcast.com/50, all you have to do is subscribe to the podcast Instagram channel, follow me on Facebook, follow the podcast YouTube channel, and subscribe to your favorite podcast channel. So like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. And when you do that to all 4 in the next 24 hours, I'm going to look in the back end and see who subscribed to all of them. I'm going to choose 2 winners and I'm going to PayPal you $50 US for 2 minutes of work. Okay. That's the power of, making money with less work. All right. The easiest $50 you'll make in your life. All right. So alexfordpodcast.com/50. And then you can get started with those first 3 episodes. Again, you'll be able to, there's 3 episodes. The first 2 are from me and then from Jonathan, who's a multiple 7-figure earner. So go check that out. And I am going to get going here because I've been on here almost 2 hours again. I didn't expect to be here for 2 hours. And in fact, hey, Rodney, good to see you jumped on here as well. Good to see you, brother. And yeah, so crazy thing is like my whole family, pretty sure they got COVID a few days ago. Like literally 3 days ago, my daughter, 3 or 4 days ago, my daughter got COVID. Then my wife got it. Now my son's got it. I think my daughter recovered yesterday. Feeling quite good. My wife wasn't so good. My son pretty much was at the peak of it yesterday. So they've been all in bed. They're actually kind of like probably 10 meters, not even 10 meters, 4 or 5 meters from here. I'm in a bedroom, just resting all day. But thankfully, I haven't caught it yet because I've been keeping my distance and all that. And especially with, launching this podcast, I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. Like, it's been tough, right? This whole COVID thing sometimes sucks, especially when you work from home, right? Like if you catch COVID and you got to work around at home, it sucks. So, the sucky thing for me is haven't been able to be close to them, right? And then in combination with literally like, thanks, Rodney, I appreciate that. Rodney just said, hope the family recovers quickly. And literally, like, I only recommend, like, with digital marketing, you have to only have to spend 2 to 3 hours a day. Could be 1 to 2 hours a day building a business. That's usually what I do. 1 to 2 hours a day in income producing activities to make an income. But the last week, putting this podcast together, I've probably worked 100 hours. And I've had many, like, I had one morning, I think I went to bed at like 5 a.m. and another one 3 a.m. And last night I went to bed at, I think, 2 a.m. Like uploading all this stuff. And then, man, because I didn't realize how much work it is to be able to launch a podcast. And then it's like, you know, the next step gets done and then you got to go into the next step and oh crap, you got to design thumbnails and then you got to upload the YouTube videos and now you got to, oh crap, I got to learn how to like literally last night I was learning how to use Photoshop to design the YouTube covers, which by the way, I think the YouTube covers look pretty good. What do you think? You know, literally it's like spending time learning how to use Photoshop, which, you know, and it like literally 100 hours to launch this. So seriously, guys, give me some feedback if you love it, if you got value from it, because I would love that feedback. Leave a review as well, because if you guys left a review, that would mean everything to me on the podcast. Then I'll think that that time spent putting it together for you guys was worth it. And the other thing too as well, if you guys ever have any recommendations, like, hey, I know this person that I'd love for them to be interviewed on the podcast, let me know. Send me feedback, send me recommendations, and I can reach out to people, to get them on the podcast as well. So definitely go check that out. The link is alexfordpodcast.com/50. And again, when you go there, if you subscribe to all those 4, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and your favorite podcast channel, in 24 hours, I will choose 2 people that I will announce who will win $50 and I will PayPal it to you wherever you're at in the world. I'll PayPal those $50 once I choose those 2 people. All right. Some easiest $50 you'll ever make in your life. All right, guys, I'm done. It's been 2 hours and 3 minutes. So go check out that podcast. And again, I'll be on here again next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, equivalent to Thursdays, Sydney time at 10 a.m. And, in the future as well, I'll be doing live podcast episodes on these Wednesdays. And then you guys can be part of those. So many people said they wanted to be part of them as well tonight. And then they'll get, chopped up and put into the episode as well. So thanks, Rodney. I appreciate that. I miss you, brother. You too, Sarah. So I was thinking about you guys often. It's just like, it was so good. So we've got Rodney and Sarah here on TikTok, and I met them in December when I went to Florida. Sarah spoke at the event. Rodney's wife spoke at the event as well. And it was just amazing. Like actually getting to live events, digital marketing events, masterminds, like it's incredible. Guys, if you guys were still on here from when I was talking about like the difference between capitalism, socialism, and understanding how money works so that you can change internally to attract more money, when I was speaking about that, it's like when you go to these events, you just meet so many people that are on the same page, right? Like with those same values, they value helping people, they understand adding value and making money. And when you get around that and that supportive environment, it's incredible. It's kind of like this, right? Going live or even the podcast, but actually being in person, because in your normal day life, I think I talk about this in one of the podcast episodes. There's some pros and cons to everything. There's pros to having a job, right? Yes, you earn a certain level of money, but you're also around a community, right? But when you work from home, especially full time, it can get a little bit lonely, right? There's, a saying I learned a long time ago is entrepreneurship is the loneliest job in the world, because a lot of people don't get it. Like they don't understand the mindset of money and helping people. And a lot of people have that, negative feelings. There's a, There's a stigma, not a stigma, right? I forgot what the word was. It's just something about money, right? And when I got started with my online business, I remember there was people like that criticized me, family, friends. Like I remember probably a year after started my online business, roughly less than that, I started dating my wife, and then all my old friends, they saw what I was doing, and they started calling me on a Saturday night when they were drinking and making fun of me, right? Like just, in front of, like, when I was with my wife was my girlfriend at the time, and going, "You're in a pyramid scheme, you're in a scam, you're all this stuff," just because I was learning online business and starting to do things online. And, it was embarrassing because my wife was there, but it's like, people don't understand, like, when you get into business, entrepreneurship, there are going to people that are going to criticize you, right? You are going to get, like, I get haters on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and stuff, but you know what? I don't care, because end of the day, those haters, they're not paying my bills. They're not paying my family's life. They're not paying my kids' schooling, my kids' clothes, my kids' food, right? So it's like, I don't care about haters anymore. And in fact, when you develop haters, it's good, because what happens is haters will comment on your stuff. And when they comment on your stuff, they're going to drive more engagement, which is going to push out your content even more, which is going to get more eyeballs from people, and they're going to get more leads and more sales and make more money, right? So, but if you guys don't like my content, if you guys are haters, feel free to unfollow me, block me. That's totally fine. In fact, I love it when people block me, because then that means they don't resonate with my message and they're not going to see it again. And that makes me happier, right? So if you guys don't like the content, feel free to unfollow, block, and that's totally fine. But going back to live events, it's like when you get to live events, which I met Sarah and Rodney there, getting to live events is amazing, because you get around people that have similar or same values. You can have empowering conversations. You empower each other as well. Right? And then when you leave, you're just feeling like, wow, like, it's something you don't get at home, right? Working from home. And still, even to this day, like in my city, Perth, Australia, I still don't know anyone at the level of me in terms of online business. So it's very hard to communicate, connect with people. And sometimes I will, don't do it anymore because I'm busy with family and work. But years ago, I used to connect with other people in my city, go out for coffee and stuff. But it became too much of those, let me pick your brain. And then you go there and you basically, they might buy you one coffee, right? It might be like $5 or something, $6. But then all it does is you end up coaching them, and then it doesn't feel good, because, like, you could have been working on your business. But this I love, right, guys? So any questions or whatever, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm here to answer your questions, guys. But getting to events is awesome. And it's going to be the same when you guys go to the podcast, alexfordpodcast.com/50. Subscribe to all those 4 links there. You'll go into the running to win $50. I'll give 2 of those away in 24 hours. But when you plug into a podcast, that's getting around people that have those same values, and empowers you to be able to maybe start a business, maybe continue to build your business and get value and tips and strategies in that. So that was also the goal of the podcast, which I talk all about that on the first episode too. But getting to live events is amazing. These live streams are amazing, because every Wednesday I can answer questions for you guys and just help you to continue, moving forward. I've got the Facebook group as well, which is at alexfordgroup.com. And by the way, there's the book as well, right? alexfordbook.com, or the link is in any of my bios or my profiles. That's another good way to go deeper into digital marketing and to start learning exactly how I make $1,000 commissions, which happens often, right? In the morning, you wake up. Let me show you. I actually took a screenshot of one. Like literally every morning. Here's one screenshot, right? So this was like a couple of days ago. I don't know if you can see it. You just earn commissions, and right there, there's a little 9, right? At 12:55 p.m. So literally making 9 commissions before 1 p.m. and more still came that day. Like, that's the power of passive income and digital marketing, right? And you'll learn about that at alexfordbook.com, or click the link in the bio. And as well, the other day, I've got other screenshots, other ones, but I haven't screenshotted them. I had 2 commissions come in, like $400, $600, right, at 5:41 a.m. They came at the same time. I think they were from the same person. So that, like literally 5:41 a.m. and when you wake up, you turn on your phone and ding, ding, because I put my phone on airplane mode every night, right? You've got $1,000 commissions coming in every morning. Guys, that's the power of digital marketing. And my book at alexfordbook.com is going to teach you how to be able to do that. And we share those secrets on the podcast as well, of course. Here's another one, right? 10:47, or that was after I woke up. And at 1:32 a.m., I had a $1,000 commission come through. That's the message that I get for that. but you're at the power, guys. Earning passive income, promoting other people's products online in exchange for commissions. And literally, you do the work once. I talk about it in my free ebook at alexfordbook.com. Link is in the profile. You do the work once, and then that pays you over and over and over and over again. All right. And lastly, alexfordpodcast.com/50. Go there. There's 4 links that you can tap on. Subscribe to all those 4. Follow those 4. And then on tomorrow in 24 hours, it's actually less than 24 hours, probably 22 hours now because we've been going live for 2 hours. I will select 2 winners and I'll PayPal you $50. Right. So that's it for today. Man, these things are going like 2 hours pretty much every week. But I'm glad because I know you guys are getting value from these and can answer questions as well. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Whether you're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, man, where else we're on Twitter. I'm on like 4 there's a podcast Facebook page as well. Anyway, so thanks for coming, guys, and I'll catch you next Wednesday. In fact, I might potentially go live in 24 hours to announce the 2 winners as well. So keep that in mind, and I'll inbox you guys anyways, whoever gets chosen. All right, catch you later, guys. And if you're jumping on late, watch the rest of this replay. There was tons of value on here, all right, on how to use digital marketing to be able to make an income online. All right, catch you guys later. I'm going to say bye here on here and here. And catch you guys later. Bye.